This woman was charged twice for eating too much at an all you can eat buffet. So, waiter's rude behavior at an all you can eat buffet was too much for one patron to stomach. TikToker Poppy from the United Kingdom was charged double for eating too much, she explains in a video posted yesterday. I once went to an all you can eat buffet, and when the bill came, I noticed they'd charged me twice, she said. I questioned it and asked why, and they said I eaten too much, she laments. Poppy says she refused to pay double. The video, a response to a question about the wildest ways Poppy's ever been fat shamed, garnered thousands of views. Poppy seemed to laugh about the incident, but commenters on the video expressed their outrage and dished out tales about the times they've been bullied for being overweight. Patient asking me when the baby was due, I said it's just cake. He was mortified. Hopefully, it taught him you never ask, not until the baby's coming out, wrote Hocus Pocus. In the south of France, went to a pharmacy for suntan lotion, and pharmacist pointed me to the Slim Fast display. He got the full Scottish rage. Exclamation point, said Rana Hooper. Went into a Victoria's Secrets, and a staff member came over to me, looked me up and down, and said, "We don't sell your size here." I left, never been back, said Elix underscore I think ballface. So my mother-in-law said to me, if you eat so healthily, why are you so overweight? Well, she's my ex-mother-in-law now. A laughing emoji said clam. And here's the thing, right? I mean, the reason why people are overweight is simply because they're eating too many calories compared to their daily burn rate, right? So if your maintenance is like 2,000 calories and you eat 2,100 calories per day, you're going to gain weight. Even if it's 10 calories over, you're going to gain weight, right? If you eat 500 calories over, you're definitely going to go gain weight, right? Now, everyone's like maintenance calories is obviously vastly different, but here's the reality. The way that I see it, if someone decides to live a certain lifestyle where you are taking in more calories than what your body needs per day, thus resulting in you being bigger, then you also got to understand that some of the consequences of that is that there are going to be people that are going to be judgmental towards you no matter what. And guess what? If you were eating under your maintenance, so you were getting super skinny, right? You're going to be judged as well. Even if you were to eat maintenance, right? Meaning you were completely healthy. Guess what? People are still going to be judgmental to you. If it's not going to be your weight, it's going to be something else. It's going to be your eye color. It's going to be your hair color. It's going to be the way you walk, the way you talk, right? What you do for a job. Like, people are going to be judgmental no matter what. So, the way that I see it is that one, just try to do your best every day and try to ignore these really annoying comments, right? I mean, if you are actively making choices that you want to make without the input of other people, meaning like you are doing what you want to do for these reasons, right? Then just be okay with you doing it, right? Don't feel bad about your choices and all that kind of stuff, right? Don't care what people say about you and all that. Just like move on, right? If you're actively making a choice and you're sticking by that choice, just move on. So this is just the latest in a string of viral fat shaming incidents. Earlier this month, a food influencer with the handle at strawberryfyme on TikTok says she was bullied while filming herself eating dessert. Also this month, a former smoke shop employee named Abigail Canterbury said she was fat shamed for wearing a crop top at work. So this, oh, let's see. JFC. Oh, I guess that's Jesus effing Christ. Our society has allowed absolute losers to proliferate. Frank Upton says, unfortunately, there's no information in this article about the buffet's policies. Many places have restrictions, such as the time allowed for a buffet sitting. We don't know why the buffet charged twice, but she's made it about being prosecuted for being overweight. I've seen plenty of thin people out eat those of normal or overweight. And again, this is the thing, right? This is actually like a pretty good perspective or point, right? This person says, I've seen plenty of thin people out eat those of normal and overweight, right? Because you got to think about it too, right? There are two ways to be a thin person, right? One, you eat less than your maintenance calories, right? The calories that you need every day to survive and all that. Or you burn more calories than what you put in per day, right? So, for example, right, in terms of like losing weight, say that you want to lose a couple pounds by the end of the month, right? Well, you could slowly decrease your calories that you eat by 300 calories per day, right? Let's just say that. So every day, you don't change anything about your lifestyle but eating 300 calories less, right? Or you could basically be eating 300 calories more than you normally do, but burn 600 calories per day in the form of like cardio, right? You're still in that 300 calorie deficit, similar to the first scenario, but you get to eat more food, right? So this is why you can see some people who do like a lot of running or a lot of other forms of cardio like swimming, right? Where they could eat a lot of food every single day and still stay very lean or very thin because they're just burning so many calories every single day. We have become the meanest society imaginable, and now with social media, we love and are proud of our meanness while we show the rest of the world on TikTok. What is bad becomes good, and what is good becomes bad. Just great. That's the risk the buffet restaurant takes. They are gambling you won't eat everything in sight. So, if you were to eat one simple plate, would they offer a refund? Hey, win some, lose some. This time it was their turn to lose. Comedian John Pinette, RIP, would be proud. You go now. So feel free to give your thoughts on this. My way of thinking is that if you're going to go to a buffet place, eat as much as you can, right? And as long as you follow along, like that one person said about the policies, as long as you're aligned with the policies, then they have no right to technically charge you more money. Right now, if they do have a specific policy which they show you beforehand or have that posted beforehand before you're even purchasing your food, then that's on you. Right? If they gave you ample warning saying like, hey, if you stay here for like 2 or 3 hours, like past 2 or 3 hours, we're going to charge you for a second buffet cost. Okay. then you take that risk, right? Now, that is a very rare restriction. I've typically only seen, like, for buffet places that, like, you can't be there with, like, a bigger group over, like, a certain amount of people, or you can't really stay there during specific times during the week. But that's basically it from what I've seen. And like some buffet places have like really nice steak, really nice shrimp, and all that kind of stuff, right? Like it all really depends on the location too. So like you got to keep in mind, a lot of people who do go to buffets don't actually eat that much food, right? Or they typically eat food that is usually very, very cheap in terms of cost, like pasta or pizza. Those two items are extremely cheap to make. So the buffet places know that that is pretty much what people are going to lean towards, and they're going to actually, regardless, pretty much make a profit from there. Something to think about. But if you are wanting to save a lot of money in terms of like a food bill, you could find like a really cheap buffet place and just eat that basically every day, and you could probably actually save a lot of money. If you were to swap your groceries for a buffet place, if you do it correctly, you could actually save a lot of money.